the thing. Gotta hope this is right. Ooh, almost missed that one. Had the volume down. Had a Detroit fade it. I was mostly worried about hitting the wrong button.
There's so many.
Well, we get the Chipotle kid yelling at us. It's not a good way to start the podcast. I don't remember. I wasn't counting the doot-doot-doots. All right, folks, welcome to the podcast. It's all Fish and Chips, the podcast. My name is Thor, and this is episode 86 of the podcast. So many episodes, so many good times, and we thank you all for joining us here for this new and exciting good time. Sitting across the table from me, wearing his shorts, because it's getting to be shorts weather, and his podcast swag, we've got Bubby.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Just get it out of the way now.
Just going to get it out of the way right now.
There we go. That atrocity to Bubby was brought to you by Caroline and her sponsorship of the podcast. So
I hope she's just laughing her head off.
And then also joining us once again via little tiny waves of electricity that travel through the air and reach into our headphones and into your radios and stereos and gramophones there at the house. We got Amanda.
Gramophones.
Hi.
I was like, what do people listen to podcasts on? Stereos? Phones? Probably just phones. Traffic and weather on the 8th, getting started just as we always do. It's beautiful out today. It is 70-some degrees out
all
there.
week long.
I was getting to that, Bubby. Tomorrow is going to be like 86.
Yeah.
And then like 81. And it's gonna, or 79 or something warm warm.
That just means I got to get out in my yard and work.
Oh, so spring is sprungen.
Yep.
It's exciting times, and we're excited to have the warm weather
and the light sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
Lasting longer.
Daylight saving time came, and let me tell you who did not know it was going to be daylight savings time. That would be me. I woke up and went, wow, I slept really late. I don't know what's going on here. And then I come downstairs and the clock on the microwave and on the stove say a different time.
Right.
And then I'm just confused. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on around here? And I think, and then I had to ask the Google, when was the daylight saving? She was like, today, dummy. And I was like, okay, perfect. So I've been a little thrown off by it, but it's not too bad. I got it this morning. It was real dark.
Yesterday afternoon, I crashed and slept hard.
Did you?
Yeah.
Just
I had to be up at 5:45 to get ready and go to church.
5:45. What are you up so early for?
Well, they do a first service rehearsal at 7:30, so I have to be there at 6:30 to get everything on and ready and such.
Just sounds like a lot.
Well, that's what I get paid for.
Big bucks.
Those big bucks.
The big church.
It's all your fault.
They were like, we need to hire a new guy. I was like, I know a guy. You can hire him.
You suckered me into it.
We talked about what you did on the first day, like the first week you were there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
When you just knocked the computer off the table. And have you fixed that thing or is it still broken?
No, it works just fine.
Okay, just shatter the screen.
That's all I need to replace it.
Yeah.
It still does updates and everything.
All right, but we don't care.
Nope.
Man, how you enjoying this weather down there?
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's kicked the pollen.
Oh, yeah.
The pollen's at like a mid-high today,
Oof.
So not really ready for that.
Yeah, Amanda
fine.
is highly allergic to the universe.
Everything.
And the pollen is right up there at the top of the list of things that are not fun.
Yeah.
That and the sun.
The tree pollen right now.
Oof. Luckily I don't have that. I got a lot of things going on in my world. We'll talk about some of it today, but none of it is pollen related or allergy related usually. I've been rocking migraines here like the last 2 weeks.
That's no bueno.
No bueno at all. I think I might be
because you stopped doing the drugs.
Nope, I'm back on the drugs.
Through withdrawal.
No, I'm back on the drugs. I just have to. I have the half dosage, so I'm micro dosage. Sometimes I take the 2 micros to make a half of them. It's so sad, right? That's like I am managing like half of a gram of THC here. That's what I'm dicing it down to at this point.
Right.
I looked at a friend of the podcast, not a member of the podcast, Tyler, was talking to me about I should get the tinctures, which is like the liquid form, and you can just add a little bit of liquid.
He talked about that the last time he was on the podcast.
Yeah. So I looked into it. I went down a rabbit hole on that thing. Here locally anyway, the smallest dosage I could find. So it's got a little pen, like a little EpiPen, and you like crank it up, and it's got little notches on it. And
It's a shot you take
No, it's like a little syringe, but there's no needle. So then you just spurt it out
in your mouth.
Or no, well, don't do it this way, because the point of my story was you can crank it up to how many notches you want. The minimum notch, uno notch, is 25 milligrams.
Oof.
Okay.
Ouch.
I am splitting 5 in half. Okay.
Right.
So I was like, oh no, that is not, just right that in my mouth. My rest of my weekend's just ruined. I don't even know what would happen to me, to be honest with you, if I put 25 milligrams of this in me, because
maybe it'll just make everything right. It'll straighten you right out.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to lose about 8 hours. I guarantee you that right now. About 8 hours of my day just going to be straight up gone, and I probably won't remember most of it. But it might straighten me out. You never know. So I was looking into that. So yeah, it's a little syringe. You crank it up, and then they are like the video I watched, because it was like an ad for it or whatever. They were like pushing it in their coffee, but that lady cranked it up like 4 notches, and I'm like, oh lady, well, I don't know what your day is like, but it's about to be ruined. But some people are like that. I don't know if I saw a video of a lady who's like super, like her tolerance was like way, way, way high, like crazy high. And so her dad, who's like a mad scientist chemist, he was like working on like concentrating down the concentrate to make it even more potent, so she didn't have to take as much of it. And it was like a little tiny dot of it was like 1,000 milligrams.
Good
right?
grief.
And she would just mix that up in her tea and drink that, and then she was like good for the day. And her husband didn't know all this was going on. He's like, well, maybe I'll try some. She seems to really enjoy it. I'll try. So he took a little and put it in there, and he said he wasn't right for another 36 hours. Like, he had to lay down on the bed and hold on to the bed so he didn't fly off into the universe. So I can't imagine, like, that lady in that video just went, here's 100, and just put it in her tea and stirred it up and drank that. But they're like, you put it in like a lot of the stuff they're showing us, you put it in like a brownie mix or whatever, and then you can mix it up in the brownie mix and then make them special brownies that you sell at the bake sale, but don't tell nobody about.
Pass those brownies out.
Right. Bubby, when you gonna join me here on the THC train?
No, I'm good with my
just drinking it.
What is it I take? Benadryl?
Benadryl. Well, I'm not saying for sleeping. I'm saying for funsies.
Oh, well, you doing it for sleepies.
I'm doing it for sleepies, but you could do it for funsies. No, Bubby's still worried that Nancy Reagan will get mad at him.
No.
And then Amanda's not allowed to do it because she'll get in trouble at work. So, but yeah, so migraines, been rocking the migraines, but it's not the drugs. I don't think it's the drugs, because I'm back around on the drugs. It's, I think, my glasses. I think I'm going to have to up my prescription again.
Or maybe just wear them.
No. Oh, my real ones? Yeah, probably. I busted them out the other day, and I walked around in the house with them, and I was like, I remember why I took these things off, because they're bifocals, and I can't work stairs or curbs when I'm wearing it, because I look down to the curb, and now my vision's all thrown off because it's now super closed up, and I just fall downstairs. And I was like, yeah, I remember why I put these away. But I can't
get used to it.
Yeah, I will if I start wearing them regular again. So maybe all right, that's my deal. After the podcast, I'm going to go up and get them, and I'm going to put them on, and I'm going to wear them the rest of the week. That's my homework for the week.
Goal?
No, not goal. I'm setting a homework. I got to do it. I can't not do it. I got to go terminate. Bubby, this will be fun for you. I got to go terminate 500 cat ends here over the next couple days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's going to be fun for me, right? I bought a new tool, though, that like straightens out the wire for you, so you don't have to do that manually. So it costs like $35 on the Amazons.
Nope.
Speaking of the Amazons and the Targets as well, I'm going to throw the Targets in here as well. Bubby, are you in on the boycotts? Are you boycotting?
It's hard to boycott when you just don't go usually anyway.
Fair enough.
He's on a lifelong boycott.
Right?
I'm going to boycott it forever. Yeah, they're boycotting the kids, the people on the internets are boycotting the Target right now. And now we're supposed to also be boycotting the Amazon. I kind of stopped monkeying with Amazon a lot here recently. Just didn't need to spend the money and kind of quit ordering stuff from them. I still got a wish list and everything if anybody wants to buy me anything nice. But
it's not going to fare well for the new super Target we have on the other side of town that is building.
They ain't even broke ground on that
It'll
thing
be
yet.
fine.
Have they not?
No, they pushed dirt around, but they ain't started, Bill. That Olive Garden's almost done, though. That Olive Garden's got all the outside done, and they're working on the inside. That thing's going to open, like, tomorrow.
I didn't know there was an Olive Garden.
Yep.
We should do a field trip to the new Olive Garden.
Oh, man. Can we podcast from the new Olive Garden?
Yeah.
That'll be...
Yeah.
I mean, I never go, so...
I know. I haven't been to one in a really long time.
For those of you who aren't a regular listener to the podcast... Oh, man is talking. Whoever's not a regular listener, my wife loves Olive Garden, and we go a bunch. We got gift cards and all kinds of stuff. Hell, we might go tonight. You never know. She's probably heard me say the words Olive Garden. She's like, she's perked up. She's like, Olive Garden? Huh, we can go to Olive Garden. So, yeah, so we'll have to road trip down to the new one. I don't know which one's closer to my house. They're about equidistant from my house. So one is less turns, though, so that's probably the one I'll go to.
Just straight shot.
Straight shot.
Down the road.
Down the road. But they haven't started on that.
They cleared that land a long time ago.
Yeah, and like I said, that Olive Garden popped up like quick. But they haven't started on the Target yet. Amanda, what about you? You boycotting or are you anti-boycotting?
I don't really shop at either, so
Okay. You're peripherally boycotting, but not on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And principally.
Yeah. I don't need to make that Jeff Bezos any more money. He got enough money.
No.
Somebody else starts their own.
Well, now, like, Amazon is so, like, it's just so weird now, too. So,
Oh, yeah.
I'm over it. And everything else, anywhere you can buy anything, you can get online with free shipping 90% of the time. So
That's true, too.
What's the point?
I was buying my my novelty socks, my fun socks on the Amazon for a while, but then I found a good place, and they got the mystery bundle. So for $5, they'll send you a pair of socks.
And you don't know what it is?
No idea. No idea.
That's the fun part of it.
So far, I had some Ted Lasso socks, and I had some Black Panther socks from the movie. I had M'Baku from the movies, and I forget what the third pair was. And then I got a good one, but I can't give it away. Actually, I'll have worn them by the time this goes live. So I have some March Madness ones.
Oh, cool.
Because March Madness starts here on the 18th, I think. So I'm going to wear them a little early, but this Friday. But I got the March Madness socks. So I just like signing up for the they're called free plug to this place that crap. I was going to free plug them, then I forgot the name of the website. Rock'em Sock. So like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but they're called Rock'em Socks. Yeah. And they got a mystery bundle for $5. You can get a pair of socks. So I got like 4 pairs when I did it, $20 for 4 pairs of socks, which is way cheaper than I'm normal because their cheap ones are like $10 or $12. So if you want to get
I like to look at fun socks, but I hate wearing them. I don't wear them.
Now, is it because they're like tall socks and you like small socks, or just you don't like socks at all, or you just don't want to have fun socks?
I like a thick, like,
yeah, you do.
fluffy, like cotton sock. I don't like the texture of the way the fun socks feel.
Yeah, so I've got all kinds of different ones. Some of them are like the cotton ones. These are all like the polyester, like they print instead of like, so some socks they like sew in the pattern, and some of them they print the pattern. Mm-hmm. And some of the ones they print the pattern on. Like I have some fruit stripe gum ones, but when they print the pattern and then you put the sock on, the sock stretches out enough that you can't see what the pattern was anymore. But these are not that. The Rock'em Sock people don't do that to me, so you can still see what the pattern is.
The knitted ones, if you can like if the inside, especially if the inside feels different than the outside,
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you can feel the different texture, I don't like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna put them on my feet.
And then
And I don't really like thin socks either.
yeah, and sometimes they like when they sewed on the pattern, they'll leave like random strings that like it jumps
Yeah.
from one place, and you put your foot in there, and then it goes like between your toes as you're trying to put the socks on.
Yeah.
Oh hell, I just throw those socks across the room. I'm like, I'm not wearing these today. Blah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a lot to fun socks. But we at my place of business, we do Fun Sock Friday every week. So we encourage everyone to work.
If I worked there, I would just have to like sew fun things onto my existing socks.
Just get some just get some patches and just
Right?
sew
Yeah.
patches on the top of your socks there, so it's not touching.
Yep.
It's just touching like your calf or the front of your foot or something. Front of your what's the front?
Fun
Your
socks.
shin. That's the word I was looking
Yeah,
for.
my shit.
Have you heard of the store Jock and Socks or Socks and Jocks?
This sounds like a scam, but I'm willing to sign up for it. All right, what's Socks and Jocks and Socks?
So
Is it men's supportive athletic wear and socks?
no,
Okay,
it's Jocks as in you can buy sports.
jock straps.
No,
Oh.
like bats and
Ah,
pickleballs and
pickleball. That's how we
I
got
don't
here.
know, just all kinds of equipment. But then there's a whole section of just the
Fun socks.
fun socks. Yeah,
So they were like
So it's balls and socks.
balls and socks.
Is that what it? Balls and socks.
Socks and Jocks.
Socks and jocks. So basically, they were like a sporting goods store that accidentally got a shipment of like fun socks, and they're
Right.
like, "I guess we're doing this now
Guess we're
too.
gonna sell both.
I guess we gotta."
I think it's in Branson.
Is it now?
I think so.
Good place if you want to go and get fun socks in Branson. A good place to go is the Branson Craft Mall, where the Pick and Porch is. Amanda, you know where the Pick and Porch is.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. It's on Fall Creek Road, just down from the White Oak and the wineries and stuff, just down the hill there on the left before you get to Tsunamis. All right. If you folks are listening here in the greater Springfield Branson area, so there's a Branson Craft Mall, right? Just what you expect a craft mall to be, right? Like little booths full of like marshmallow shooters and dog neckerchiefs and quilts and homemade candles and fun socks. They got a whole booth of just fun socks. If you go through past all that stuff and walk to the back of the store, there is a restaurant back there for some reason. Just a straight up restaurant back there that's called the Pick and Porch, and they have barbecue and sandwiches, burgers and stuff like that, and it is delicious. And there's no reason for it to be in this scrap mall, but buses, they are 100% on the bus plan, because every time we go there, like now like during this time of year, it's just packed out, like 60 people deep, waiting to get in that place. Because the bus dropped them off and said, "See you," and it's really good food though. So I think one of the former fiddle players, not the one we know, from the Presleys, started that place up. So. But it's real good. So if you get a chance, it's not much Amanda can eat there, though, because meat. But it's a pretty good place to eat, Bubby. If you're around the area, swing in there and check
I'll
it
have
out.
to give it a try.
When you walk in, you're like, this does not seem like the right place, and then you will know you were in the right place, because it does not seem like the right place. It is a straight up just like old lady craft mall.
All right.
Speaking of which, old ladies went to Culver's today. Bubby, when was the last time you went to Culver's?
A long time ago.
Amanda, you been to Culver's anytime recently?
Through the drive-through.
Oh, all right. Let's have this discussion.
I like their crispy chicken sandwich.
Okay. I love their onion rings. Okay. That's the reason
Okay.
I like Culver's. So we're going to have two discussions now, because Amanda brought up the drive-through. So let's start there. It's the worst drive-through in the whole like drive-through business, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
It's no Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
And I say this because you order, you pull up, and then they give you a number and go, just go ahead and pull up and park a little more forward, because we're going to be a hot minute to get you your food. And then you sit there for like another 10 minutes while they get your food and bring it out to you. So I don't know why they have the drive-through. They might as well just be Sonic at that point, where I just pull up and wait. But we went today. Average age, not counting me and the 3 people I went to lunch with, because we threw off the curve by a country mile. Average age of the people eating there, I kid you not, was around 70. Okay? Because I looked around and went, I am by far one of the youngest people in here, and that is not a thing that happens normally. The average age of the people working there, and I also am not exaggerating when I say this, was probably 17. Okay? Because there were some 14-year-olds working there on like a school day. So I'm assuming they're homeschool kids and they got a job or whatever it is.
Maybe.
But yeah, the dichotomy between the people behind the counter and the people ordering is extreme at the Culver's. And it's because they know, Culver's knows who their clientele is. They got 2 different fish sandwiches, Bubby.
Yeah. Last time I was there, I remember a lot of older people. I think it was a Sunday after church.
Oh,
there were a lot
I got to
of old
imagine
people.
that's just crazy with old people.
Yeah, there were a lot of older people there.
Because this was a Monday afternoon at 12:45 because we went to lunch late. Because I'm thrown off by the time still. And I was like, I'm getting hungry. What time is it? Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Good to go to lunch. Yeah, because they got a halibut sandwich and a cod sandwich. First of all, I don't know the difference between those 2 fish when you put them in a sandwich form. But
Nope.
that's an old people. Cheese curds.
Yeah.
Old,
Wisconsin cheese curds.
with it. But if you get the kids meal, come find out this today too. If you buy a kids meal, you get a Scoopy coupon. Scoopy, Scoopie, Scoopy. That's their mascot. And if you collect 10 Scoopy coupons, you could turn in your 10 Scoopy coupons, which is just fun to say. And you can get a soccer ball or a basketball or a kickball or a plush Scoopy.
I thought you were going to say an ice cream.
Nope.
Free ice cream.
Nope. If you fill out the survey on the back of your receipt, you get a free ice cream, though.
Oh.
But, yeah, if you get 10 Scoopy coupons, you can get yourself a soccer ball.
Or is it custard?
It's custard. Culver's is custard.
Yeah.
Not as good as Andy's. Because
Not the same. No.
Not the same, no. And they can't make a milkshake, don't ask. They don't know how to do it. I tried once.
Wait, they don't know how, or they don't? They
I don't
just
think
don't do it.
I don't know if they do it or not. I asked for one, and the lady looked like, sure, I'll try. And then she left, and she came back with a thing, which I'm pretty sure was just custard in a cup. So
Let it melt for a little bit.
yeah, she just set it on top
Put it
of
in the microwave.
put it on top of the fryer for like a hot second, and I was like, that's probably a milkshake, right? And then she handed that to me, and I sat down. I was like, this is not a milkshake. I don't know what you did here, but at that point, I got my food, so I'm not going to send it back because I don't like spitting my food. So I didn't send it back.
I like a good Coke float.
Oh, you get those from Andy's? They got the root beer floats at Andy's.
I have. Yeah.
My wife likes a root beer float from Andy's.
Well, Dr. Pepper.
Manny, are you a Andy's goer or no?
Do what?
Do you go to
Andy's.
Andy's?
Some.
Okay. It's hard to tell with Amanda's dietary stuff.
Restrictions.
I don't know if there's restrictions. We might just not want them.
My wife can't have. It's the dairy. She.
Makes her farty.
I don't know. No, it upsets her stomach a different
Probably
way.
eggs. Because custard
Oh.
has a lot of eggs in
Yeah.
it.
How's she do with regular eggs?
Well, she can't drink milk or have regular ice cream either. So.
Oh, that's
Oh.
a punishment from God.
But it's not a lactate thing.
What about cheese?
Yeah, she can have cheese.
Okay, weird.
She does fine with cheese.
What about, can she get that special milk from Brahms?
We did that like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And she had a little bit of it and it
Uh-huh.
didn't bother her. So she thinks it could be that E2.
Yeah, so they got special milk at Brahms. Brahms is another ice cream place. We got a lot of ice cream places now. I'm
We do.
thinking about it. So Brahms has this special milk that they make. I don't know how they make it. Like they got
And
four-headed
it's all they have.
genetically engineered cows or something.
Right.
I don't know what they're doing.
And it's not just that. You can buy it at the grocery store too.
Oh, okay.
Where at? Because that's the only place we found it so far.
I'm going to say you could probably buy it at Hy-Vee because they got all kinds of fancy stuff at the Hy-Vee.
Maybe.
But anyway, they got this milk that they've taken a protein out of it, the E2 protein, and it's supposed to make the lactose intolerant people more tolerant of the milks.
Right.
And your wife seems to be one of those people who.
Yeah, it worked.
Now, the boy, did he get that, or is he got your gene on the milk?
Oh, he has mine. He likes to make chocolate milk.
No,
Just
Bubby,
regular milk.
who doesn't like to make chocolate milk? Even people who are lactose intolerant got to be like, chocolate milk is pretty good, because it is.
Yeah. But do you use the Hershey's or the Quick?
Okay, so I used to be
That's a debate.
I used to be hardcore quick powder. Okay, that's where I drew the line. Was hardcore. I wouldn't have anything but the quick powder. Then they changed the formula on the quick powder, and it wasn't as chocolatey as it used to be. And so now I don't really have a go-to.
Should do the Quick liquid chocolate.
Okay, is it?
It's good. It's much better than the Hershey's.
So my dad was hardcore Hershey's. My dad, that's all he had. He had a thing of Hershey's in the fridge, and he'd make the chocolate milk with it. And then when it got down where he couldn't squirt out any more chocolate milk, he would take the cap off and he would fill it with milk. Bubby's raising his hand here as well, and shake that up, and then pour that into the glass, and that's
The best part.
oh, is it? Is that
really
the best part?
is.
So that was my dad.
You get down to the end, mix that last little bit up, and
See,
it's so chocolatey.
I
Yes.
can't judge how much chocolate should go in the chocolate milk, and I always put.
count.
Oh, okay.
Count depending on the size of the cup.
Okay.
If it's a big cup and I filled it mostly high, I'll count to like 5. So
Oh, that's more than me.
4.
You squeezing or you just let
I
it
just
drip?
I just let it.
Gravity's doing the work.
Yeah, and then I mix that up, and it's perfect.
Okay. I put too much in every time, so there's always like a layer of it at the bottom that just wouldn't.
Yeah, you got to mix.
Well, I mix it up,
good.
but it's
Mix it good.
okay. I do, but it's still like I put too much in. I know my problem there. Mm-hmm. Amanda, chocolate milk, yeah or nay?
No.
No. Strawberry?
No. I don't
Orange
ever really
cream?
drink milk.
Oh, just brittle bones.
I don't like milk.
Brittle.
Very brittle bones.
You can get calcium from so many other things. That's why I
Chewing on
chop
bones.
up the kale really fine and throw it in things.
Wait a minute. Chop up what really fine?
Kale.
I just got sad.
No, I've had kale chips before, and those are awful.
I had kale salads, and kale is ugh.
Yeah,
Amanda,
just awful.
I'd like to take a
You
moment.
just
moment of silence.
really small and just mix it in.
Can I
With
like
all the other vegetables that aren't too tasty that also provide nutrients, and then you just mix it all together and eat it.
all right? What kind of other vegetables are we talking about here? I want to judge these vegetables that aren't too tasty.
Like red cabbage.
Oh yeah, no.
Cheese, you get calcium from cheese.
No, but we're talking vegetables.
Oh,
Any of
I thought you
other
just said food. Sorry.
any of the other like dark leafy vegetables like Swiss chard or all the other rainbow chard, and you just chop it up really small and put lots of like good tasting vegetables in there, and then you just shovel it down.
Bubby says he doesn't know what a good tasting vegetable is. He's just shaking his head over here.
Like tomatoes and carrots and cucumbers and
Corn.
onions and broccoli and
All right, Bubby.
I don't know.
When's the last time you ate any of those?
I eat carrots and lettuce and
Like iceberg lettuce?
romaine and
Oh, okay. Mix
spinach.
it up. Spinach?
Yes.
All right. Bubby's mixed up.
and the corn.
I eat
The
broccoli.
corn every day at Chipotle.
And the corn every day at
No.
Chipotle. Corn salsa.
No, don't do that.
What?
Corn? No.
Are you looking me dead in the eye, Bubby?
Yes, I am.
And hold on. First of all, I got to play the thing.
Oh my god, I love Chipotle.
All right. Are you telling me dead in my eye that you go to Chipotle, get your order, and don't put the corn salsa in there?
Right. I get the very hot salsa that you don't.
You can get them both.
Nah. I don't need all that.
I don't know who you are anymore. I am disappointed in you right now.
You have to save room for the cheese.
He does have to save room for the cheese. That is correct.
Cheese, lettuce, and salsa. That's all I need.
I had
The hot sauce.
I had the Texas Roadhouse salad this weekend, and I forgot to tell them to not put the egg in there. And they were like, "Oh, well, we got an ostrich egg, so we'll go ahead and just chop that up and put that in your friggin' salad because that's how much egg was in my salad." It wasn't really an ostrich egg, but it was a big egg. I picked it out, and it just kept coming. I was like, "Oh my god, who needs this much egg? Gonna stink up the whole house. This much egg." So, but I'm trying to get more vegetables in me. I realize here I'm on that same. When I was a bachelor, at one point I thought I might get scurvy, and so I had to go buy a bunch of oranges. And I'm kind of feeling that way here recently again. That I'm not eating very well. I have not had any Swiss chard or kale or red cabbage or any of the aforementioned good for me vegetables.
So what did you get at Culver's?
I got the onion rings and the burger. Obviously, I'm not doing a good job of eating, but I'm going to try to do like a better tonight when I have my dinner. Eat when you're eating
At Olive Garden. You can have their salad.
I'm going to have the slimy salad. That's correct.
Slimy.
You don't eat the olives in there, do you, Bobby?
No, I don't like the olive.
No, nobody likes the olives. Do you eat the pepper?
No.
Okay, nobody eats the pepper either.
Or
of
the
course.
tomato. Don't like
Oh, I eat the tomato. I like a tomato. I like that God has said tomatoes are too much. And he said, how about I make little baby tomatoes and you can just eat them? And I'm like, thank you. That's what I really want out of life is them little baby tomatoes. They're like a gusher, but for vegetables. Just pop that boy in.
tomato flavor.
Tomato flavored gushers. I can get down with that. I appreciate that.
Put some grape in that tomato, and I might go for that.
That's grape tomatoes. They make grape tomatoes, Bobby. They don't taste like grapes.
They don't taste like grapes, though.
No. But you can just get grapes. If you get the juicy kind of grapes, you could them cotton candy ones or something.
Mm-hmm. I've seen those at the store.
Okay.
Never had one, but
Mandy, you seem like a healthy shake kind of gal. You like a good healthy shake.
smoothie.
Yeah. I like the vegan protein shakes.
Okay.
But I don't know if you know this. They're made with plants.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever been outside when it rains.
Uh-huh.
But when the plants get wet, they don't dissolve.
No, they do not.
So it's a really gritty shake. Like if you mix it with water, you just shake it up and take a swig and choke it down and then shake it again. And you got to keep shaking. You got to shake it while you drink it because it's just gritty. And
Do you have to shake it like a Polaroid picture?
yeah.
See, that's a reference for the kids out there who are now 30.
Right.
But
Black Eyed Peas who?
Scott, a friend of the podcast, is currently on a shake, a 2-week shake experience going on here because he accidentally signed up for some sort of multi-level marketing pyramid scam and has a bunch of shakes he's got to drink now. And so him and the missus are drinking shakes and doing a thing. And but power to him.
Yeah.
I got him from his some people he knows how to do the shake thing, and they were like, "You should try it out." And they're like, "Okay, we'll try it out."
So now they have 500 packs of shakes.
30 cases of shakes or whatever they got to get through. It's a lot.
I don't like a thick shake.
Really? Now this is just is like fruit or vegetable shake we're talking about, not like chocolate shake. I don't think I like a thick shake either.
Sometimes they're thick. Yeah. Sometimes they're.
No,
thick. I don't like a liquid.
Yeah, I don't want anything like a Frosty-esque level of thickness in my shake for sure. If I'm going to hurt myself trying to drink it through the straw, I'm out. I also don't want a lot of big chunks in there either because it just jacks up the straw. And now I got like a half a strawberry wedged in the straw, and I can't drink my shake.
That's when you just got to eat with a spoon.
No, we got a shake place that opened just down the road from us here recently. I've not been there yet. Because I got their app and I was like, oh, I'll pick one up on the way into work one day, and I added mine to the cart and did all the things, blah blah blah. It was like $13 for that damn shake, and I was like, oh hell no, shake people, it's not how I'm gonna roll today. So they did not get my money. But occasionally when I'm traveling or going somewhere, I'll grab a shake because it's easy.
Yep.
So
Fast meal.
My mom and dad, they got big into the Weight Watchers at one point. They had a bunch of them, the Weight Watcher shakes, the chocolate ones and the vanilla ones and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if those are any good or not. Do you ever have those?
I used to drink Slim Fast.
Okay.
That same thing.
Okay. What?
It was more like Slim Slow.
Slim real slow. Slim backwards.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of remember Bubby and the shakes now that we've had this discussion. Kids, if you got a good shake recipe, write into the podcast, and we'd love to hear it. Amanda needs one that helps out with the kale and the cabbage and the what have you. So cover up, mask up.
No, I can eat it. I'd rather eat it than drink it.
Oh, you just got to eat it. You're just going to chop it up fine and eat it. I see.
Yeah.
I thought this was going in a shake. That doesn't. It's just because it doesn't dissolve.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You asked about shakes.
Yeah,
and
I did.
said, yes, I have the powder,
Gotcha.
and it doesn't super dissolve.
Yeah, I got the powder too, but it's old people powder, and it's to help with your colonoscopies. And you got to be careful. Okay, okay. Wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about this now. I got it's not Mucinex. What's it called, Bubby?
Metamucil?
Metamucil. Thank you. I always want to call it Mucinex, and it's not Mucinex.
So different.
Don't be taking a bunch of Mucinex and just putting it in a cup and stirring it up and drinking it because it'll jack up your afternoon. The Mucilex D or whatever it is.
Metamucil.
Metamucil. Thank you. God.
Again.
Alzheimer's.
For the second time.
I've been taking this stuff since I got my colonoscopy. Right. So a hot minute ago. I have never gotten the name of this thing right once. And I look at the container. There's two of them up in the cabinet every single day. Still don't know the name of it.
So why do you drink them still?
Huh?
Why do you still drink them?
Because the doctor said I got to do it until I go back and get my next go round of it. But that's like 3 years I'm supposed to be drinking.
It's not really for his colonoscopy.
It's not for my colonoscopy.
It's to help his colon.
It's to help your colon out, Bubby.
Oh, okay.
It's the fiber drink. Okay, tang flavored fiber drink. Right. Thing I learned on this because we're talking about thick shakes is that you can't use the filtered water, the double ionized reverse osmosis water that we got. We've talked about that on the podcast. My wife's shenanigans under the sink there. You can't use that water because for whatever reason, the stuff does not dissolve in it. It just is it's thick, it's thicker than a shake if you do that by accident. I did it a couple times before I realized what was happening. And no matter how much you stir it, it's not going to dissolve in that water. So I have to use the regular tap water because if you get like a mouthful of that, like partially dissolved, yeah. 100%. You're like, oh, I don't know what's happening, but this is because this is the glue, and I do not like it even a little bit.
I can imagine.
So that's a tip for you kids as you get older when you take the.
That's what it does in your body.
Is it now?
It is. That's why it tells you, like once you mix it, to drink it immediately.
Yep.
Because it thickens up and it like swells up, and that's what it does in your body to help clean you out.
Yep. It's supposed to also it can make you feel full so you don't eat as much as well. But of course, I take it right before I go to bed. So that'll help me.
You don't eat before bed anyway?
Well, but now I'm not going to get up in the middle of the night and get a snack because I feel full from astronaut powder. Powder of the future. Because the gummy, it says get up in the middle of the night and get yourself a snack is what the gummy says every single time. And you can't listen to them. You have to say, no, Mr. Gummy. We can't get up and get them Nutter Butters that are up in the cabinet. We got to just go back to bed. So it's a very difficult tightrope that I walk in my life here, Bubby, being old and getting older.
Your medicines are fighting each other.
You ain't kidding either. I got to take the pink pill is an upper, and then I take the half a blue pill is a downer. And if I get that combo right, then I'm right in the middle. But if I take too many of them, yeah, it's that kind of experience going on here. One day I had I have cholesterol medication I take. I got 2 different ones I take. And then I had my vitamin, and then I had some ibuprofen, and then I had something else too that I was taking. and I had this like handful of pills, and my wife looked at me and she was like, "Good God, what are you doing over there?"
Old man.
Yeah, and I was like, I might have to get one of them pill caddies, where you have to like fill out for the days of the week, but get like a morning and a noon one, and an afternoon and an evening one, and really just jack up my whole life here. All these damn pills. Only 2 of them are actually like prescription pills. The rest of them are just like things I'm trying to do not to die or be sad. That's why I take that.
They make you feel better.
Debatable. But not helping with the migraine. I'll tell you that right now. None of those shenanigans. Caffeine's the only thing that's really helping with the migraine. Take enough of it. I thought about getting them caffeine pills, but I figured that was going to be a very slippery slope that I go down at that point. You ever had one of those caffeine pills?
No.
Like them trucker pills or anything?
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, back in college.
Okay, Bubby's like, I haven't had caffeine pills, but I have had trucker pills.
Well, no dose. Yeah, it keeps you up and so you can study. Yeah.
Sure. We'll call it, yeah, air quote the hell out of that, Bubby. Study. How about you, Amanda? You taking any trucker pills that you bought at the gas station?
Nope.
No, just never curious what the yellow jackets do there that they sell at the gas station counter.
I know what they do. They make your heart explode.
Well, there is that problem. So yeah, I have avoided that because I know that's just going to be a slippery slope of, oh, I'll just take one now. I'm just on one, and then 6 months from now, I'm taking 15 at a time. Just tweaking all over the place.
I just did that one time during college, and I was up like 35 hours. Well, I had to study. Then I had to go take my test.
Right.
So
and then you couldn't fall asleep because you're all wired up on the trucker pills.
Right.
So, okay.
It worked, though.
Did it? You get an A?
Yeah, I got a good grade. I can't remember what it was.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I was too... Bubby's already a putterer to begin with. Like, he's already up and moving and doing stuff all the time. I can't imagine you all, like, hopped up on caffeine. Just... it'd be ridiculous. But that's okay. I got a couple pictures here. I want to look at the first one here, Bubby. Amanda, you'll have to kind of just play along with the audience here. This is
After you looked at pictures.
Okay, this is the truck picture, okay?
Okay.
So normally you pass by a truck on the highway or something, right? And they got one of those little warning, little flaggy things that they can flip over, and say, oh, okay, be careful because this is the stuff we're carrying is flammable. It's got a little flammable flag on it or whatever, right? This truck here, Bubby, how many little signs does that truck have?
10?
10. They have done something in the past that required them to have 10 different warning flags. There's also 10 on the side of the truck because we drove up next to the truck to confirm that it wasn't just the back of the truck, like somebody was just storing them there or something. Mm-hmm. They got 10 of those flags that they can flip over for like corrosion or like acidic or like flammable or like explodable, or I don't even know there were 10 categories of things that you could have that were dangerous. This dude is not getting paid enough money, whoever this dude is.
Well, right now he's only carrying flammable.
He's only got flammable now. Like, this is like his easy Monday. He's like, all right,
flammable.
I just got flammable. I can freaking jump this off of a ramp like Evel Knievel compared to my other days of the week. But at some point, they flipped all 10 of those over. Because why else would you put them on there, right? Why would you put 10 on there if you weren't going to flip all 10 of them?
Right.
So he was carrying like nuclear waste inside a barrel of gasoline.
Nuclear waste?
Nuclear waste inside a barrel of gasoline with car batteries sitting on top of it.
Wrapped in napalm.
C4, just molded in C4 the whole way around. Like he was going to some Burt Reynolds movie shoot, and they were just going to explode the hell out of this truck while the Trans Am jumped through it. Yeah, that dude ain't getting paid near enough when they flip. If you flip more than one flag, I'm out. Like if I see 2 flags on a truck, I'm just going to turn and drive a different direction because I don't need to be any part of it. And 10 of them, no, that's not real. You can't do that, right? You got to have like a police escort if you got 10 of them flags flipped over. That's all I'm saying.
You would think.
So, saw that guy. And then speaking of things on vehicles, you're going to have to scroll up a little for this one, Bubby. Or did I post? Oh, I haven't posted this one yet. All right, talk amongst yourselves, kids. I'll get right back to you.
Well, there's a photo of 3 vans. Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
no, I'm going to get to that one here in a second.
Separate? Okay.
This is different. I just forgot to post this one.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know which one you're talking about then.
Well, obviously, because I haven't posted it yet. Got my dim glasses. Can't see anything. Bubby's not helping.
Well, I can't do it for you.
All right. Tell me a fun. What's Parker been up to, Bubby?
So this coming Friday, I get to go and I get to tour a facility that he next semester will be working at.
Is this a prison?
No, it's called Base.
Oh, no. Is this at Cox or Mercy?
They do that
Okay.
there, but he's going to be at a different facility called Dream Center.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'll find out more on Friday, but yeah, he's going to be going 9 to 4 or something like that next year, his senior year, and they'll teach him, the rest of his classes, plus train him to do some job, and he'll work.
Yep. And this is actually a really good program. So this is like they have them, like they teach them all kinds of life skills,
right?
And it gets a job, but it's like a low intensity job. Like they're not going to yell at him if he doesn't get it on the first go. This is like they're
right. And they have someone there who, watches him, trains him, stays with him,
right,
until he learns it.
Okay, so there's a place here in town, and I will not name names, but they have a base program as well. And all the kids in so they have the base program, and then they have some other school programs as well. And the other school programs have this really nice classroom. It's all glass and fancy and modern and stuff. And then they have the base kids, and the base kids are in the basement of this building.
I think you've told this before.
Yeah, and so we're not mentioning any names here, but
You already told you, but you already did it on the other part.
okay, but so I'm just hoping that the base kids are not in the basement of wherever you're going, because I'm always like, free the base kids from the basement.
I'll let you know next week.
Okay. So what's the job he's gonna have?
Don't know yet.
Oh, no, don't know.
We won't know.
He's gonna be working like one of them big laser cutting machines where they.
God help them all. No.
You don't think that?
I'm going to say it's low impact and low IQ and low everything to probably have to
start him low, work his way up.
Maybe
It's going to be in the mail room.
Maybe sorting stuff.
Mails or stuffing envelopes. I'm trying to think of like jobs that like
making Easter eggs. I don't know.
making Easter eggs.
I don't know.
All right, I'm interested in this job. What's this job pay? What are we filling them Easter eggs with?
Probably not much.
Plastic or
candy.
Oh, but are they? So they're not just like dyed Easter egg. These are plastic Easter egg. You're talking about.
They just put them together.
No, your job is to take this dyed Easter egg and open it up, put candy in it, close it back up.
Well, no, because the candy, at least it can store and but you couldn't do that with a boiled egg. No,
that's what I'm saying. I want to see him try. Just give that boy a boiled egg. Go put the candy inside.
He'd eat it.
The egg or the candy?
Both.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I posted that picture I was talking about. So we were talking about like that guy had a bunch of placards on his car. This person is just driving around Springfield. Okay, I got a picture of it from the back. You got to zoom in a little on this one. So I'm behind this car, and I'm like, this car's got a lot of stickers on the back.
Holy cow!
This guy, because I love a good sticker, right? I'm a big fan of a sticker, right? I have met my match.
Yeah.
In this gold, I don't know what this is, car here. They've decided they love all the stickers, and they're just going to put them all over the car. Like any free space that car has, that is the outside of that car, that is not glass. And some of it is glass, but most of it is not. They're just going to put stickers on it.
Yeah, not just the back.
Not just the back.
All around the sides.
Side of the car. I'm guessing the hood of the car. Both sides were like this, by the way. This is the side I got the best picture at because I was trying to drive by them so I could get the picture.
Looks like a Nissan. Maybe.
I got to put my glasses on here. It's not the best picture in the world. Like, I didn't get a clear picture of it.
You can't make out any of the stickers.
There's a little Debbie one on the front. I can make that one out. But I'm going to guess there's 200 stickers, 300 stickers on this car, all told. This person loves stickers more than me, and I love a good sticker. So,
hey, it's got a Jesus sticker.
It's got Jesus sticker. It's got It's got some Dragon Ball Z stickers on there. I can make that out. It's got all kinds of stickers.
A dinosaur.
This is better than a Manifesto Mobile. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it is.
Because, Manifesto Mobile, I get the one story. I get the one thing that they're mad about. This guy, I can spend like a couple hours just going through all the stickers on the car, looking to see what they are. See if there's any ones I like. Maybe I'll order them online, take a picture. But
Wish I could make out some of them.
let me tell you what that person doesn't have, though, is resale value of that car.
No.
That's going to be a tricky one to resell.
Yeah.
Because if you want to get them stickers off, you're going to spend a fair bit of time. And it's not a lot of gooba gone
Right.
getting those stickers out. Because
And then his car will smell like oranges all the time.
that's not bad.
Gooby Gone is orange smelling.
Yeah, it is. So, I don't know.
I have some.
Do you?
Yeah, I use it because
Parker.
no,
Oh, okay.
it worked when I first started there. Somebody taped down a whole bunch of mic cables
With duct
with
tape.
Yeah,
Duct tape.
and sometimes didn't take tape off, so
Uh-huh.
I had to peel it off and then use Gooby Gone to get the adhesive off
On the cables.
the cable. Yeah,
Yeah. That's the worst thing you can do, kids. Don't do that.
sucked, yeah.
That's why they make gaff tape. It's really expensive, but it don't stick to the stuff.
right.
That's what you want.
Unless you leave it a long time.
Well,
and
no,
then
yeah, if
it
you
sticks.
yeah,
real
if you leave that gaff tape, one of two things is going to happen. Either it is going to start getting sticky and stick to stuff, or it's going to dry out and just become the most brittle thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
True.
Just crumble away. But I think you got to leave that in the sun for that to happen. But if you don't know what gaff tape is, gaffer's tape, it's like $120 a roll now, that tape. It's ridiculously expensive, but man, it's the bomb,
I remember when it was like $49.
right? Yeah, I looked it up here not too long ago to see how much it was. I was like, oh, I got a couple of rolls of that laying around the house. Maybe I could sell it off and make some money. But it's the tape that theatrical people use to tape down cables or like dance floors or that kind of stuff. And its big selling point is when I peel it up, it's not sticky.
Yep. My the
Or
church,
actual gaffers.
right, and the church I started working for had bought a case of each white and black. So I've been set for life.
Oh, it's just you're not using that much to begin with. So yeah,
I got a lot.
we've got a bunch at work, and we used to sell it, but we don't sell it anymore because we just don't. And so we've got like a couple cases of it hanging around, and it goes a lot farther than you think it would.
Yeah,
Like a roll of gaff tape, it'll last you a good while if you're not monkeying around and just like trying to tape somebody to a door or something.
yeah. I've permanent situation. There's no need for it. Usually, it's temporary. Like
Yeah, it's
when you're touring. And
It's for them
down
movie gaffers and them movie best boys. They use a lot of gaff tape.
that.
You could do that, Bubby. You could be a best boy. You can be my best boy if you play cards right.
Been there, done that. I'm not falling for that again.
All right, fair enough. All right, Bubby. We didn't have a question, but I got a question for the podcast because we didn't write one down this week, so I'm just going to pose one now. All of us went down a career choice. All of us made a decision fairly early on, I think, for the most part, what we were going to do for careers for our lives. If you hadn't gone down this road, Bubby and I and Amanda all went down a theatrical road. If you hadn't gone down that road, what do you think? Where do you think you would have ended up if you hadn't gotten into theater? If that hadn't been like your focus.
Do you want me to answer first, Banda? You got something?
Oh, he didn't ask me.
I asked
Yes,
all
he
three
did.
of you. I asked all three of us. All three of you. I'm outside myself here. That's a royal we there. I can tell you what I know. I would have gone down for sure.
All right, you go first.
If I hadn't gone the theater route, I would have gone either into like video game development or some sort of computer programming. I imagine. Although I think it would have been game development of some kind ultimately, because that was where my real focus and joy was back in the day. Besides theater. So I just started like I got heavy into Cobalt, and I'm trying to think of those early programming language. I knew BASIC and I knew DOS, but neither of those are helpful. So like Cobalt or some early programming language. Got deep into that and started making my own games, and then got some job and bounced around from studio to studio. Moved to California. Whole different lifestyle for me. What about you, Amanda? Where do you think you would have been had you not gone the route you had gone?
Well, I don't think I've chosen anything.
Okay,
I think
fair
I
enough.
just stumbled into it.
Right.
And just don't know how to get out.
A soft crash landing into the entertainment field.
There's still time.
There's still time.
I would have done. I would have been a research scientist.
Oh, that's way more noble than my dumbass plan.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I could be researching.
She's researching
how to
like
make, like cigarettes more addictive.
Oh,
Like,
I was gonna say,
you know?
I was gonna say germ warfare. She got real heavy into like germ warfare.
I'm pretty sure if I'd gone into, I would have gone to the highest bidder. Be like, what can you offer?
Yeah, what do you want me to?
All I want to do is just figure it out and learn it. So whatever you want me to do, that's what I will do.
All right,
Highest bidder.
highest bidder. Man is an evil scientist selling her skills to the most notorious and richest world villain that you can find. She's the number 2.
Yep.
All right. She's going to invent the death ray and the freeze ray and all that kind of fun stuff. The child molesting robot.
No.
That's a Saturday Night Live skit.
Oh.
Where they were having like the mad scientist. They're all gathered together to invent the most evil weapon or evil device. And, they had like the shrink ray and the freeze ray and all that stuff. And then it's The Rock. He comes in and he created the child molesting robot. Everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. And he's like, the object was to make the most evil thing. And I couldn't think of anything more evil than this. And he's like, freeze ray guy's with me. And freeze ray guy is like, I am not with you even a little bit. Stop bragging me into this. So
yeah.
Anyway, child molesting robot. All right, Bubby, you had some time to think. He seems perplexed here. I think I really stumped Bubby here.
I think so because
it was theater or death. Were those your two choices?
Well,
it's just all he's ever wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
Well, my original plan when I first started college was to be in performance, be performing, and I decided to go tech instead
because you like to eat food.
I like to work and have money
and a house and what have you.
Right. So I think if I didn't do tech, I might have gone down that road and maybe did performance.
Okay.
Either singing or acting or.
Would you have become Jason Alexander?
More like Danny DeVito.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So there was no other choice for you. Like there was no backup plan for Bobby.
There wasn't. No. My minor was in TV production, so maybe some TV production stuff. I don't really know.
Back when I was in high school, they had an alumni person come back to talk to the students. And I think I've mentioned him before because he's the one who said that 0.1% of all people who call themselves an actor make a living wage at it.
I remember that. Yep.
But the thing that stuck with me more than that was he had the cast jacket for Teen Wolf 2, which he had worked on. And so he had the cast jacket for that. And back then I thought that was the bomb. And I was like, maybe I can get into that. And I could be on the next Teen Wolf or whatever dumbass thing I thought it's going to be on. So, but yeah, no, I didn't have a backup plan either. Like this is where I put all the eggs. I put all the eggs in this basket. But I was saying if I hadn't gone down this road, like I didn't discover theater, I think that's where the other place I would have ended up because that was the other passion that I had back in the day, and still to this day, I still play a lot of video games. And the older I get, the more that seems like maybe I shouldn't, but you know what? You people can suck it. I'm going to do it. So.
You can become a podcast star then.
Yeah, a podcast star. We've got a lot of people who've been tuning in here recently. I'd like to welcome any new listeners we have from around the world. We've got Japan and South Africa and The Ukraine's still big in on the podcast. I don't know. Hopefully we're helping them win a war with this podcast. But we've got a lot of new listeners. Some new people started the podcast because I assume they have because they started listening to the first episodes. So hopefully they make it all the way up here to number 86. We'd like to just thank everybody who's listening to the podcast and who's been sticking with us here. It's been fun so far, and I don't think anybody has a plan besides Tyler of quitting the podcast. He said again today that he swears he's going to get his shit together and get back on the podcast. But
yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, so will I. But if you did enjoy the podcast and you'd like to write us, you can write us at itsallfishandships@gmail.com. You can check us out on our website, allfishandships.com. Check us out on our Facebook group. I know I haven't posted much here recently on the Facebook group, but that's because I haven't had a lot to post. We haven't had a lot of pictures. So I haven't had a lot to post, but I got a bunch of stuff coming up. So you'll see some more posting from us at our Facebook group. It's All Fish and Chips. And our Facebook page is All Fish and Chips. Check us out on the YouTubes where this video is posted every week. And by video, I mean the podcast with the picture. Check it out there if you want to. Or if you'd like to support the podcast in any way, shape, or form. Say it, Bubby. Say the thing again.
Fly, eagle, fly.
Just like that, you can sponsor the podcast for $20, and we will read your ad read or just the one thing you want Bubby to say for a whole month for $20. Or you can be a friend of the podcast for $3 a month. It just kind of help defray a little bit of the cost of the podcast. Just like KK and Anthony and Carol and Ed and Sarah and Jordan. I think that's everybody. Who and have your name shouted out on every episode that you're a friend of the podcast for. So
it'd be nice to get to where we couldn't list everybody because there were so many. That'd be.
I would write it down at some point, so I would not forget their names. But at the moment, I still got that batch in my head. And of course, Caroline.
No, Bubby meant like we have 50 people and you can't list 50 people.
Oh, I will list it. I will just start the music and start saying names. I will, and we will be here till I get done with that list. I promise you people, if you sign up, I will say your name every episode. That is a guarantee from me to you. That everyone else might go, like Bubby and Amanda might leave, but I'll stick around and say them all.
Yeah.
Musical end. I'm still just naming off names. That's fine. I don't care. But having said all of that, my name's Thor.
Bubby.
Amanda.
Remember, folks, no matter what you got, she was so disappointed. Remember, whatever you got going on in your life, something, it's all fish and chips. I'm thrown off now. Do.
Is that gummy?
I haven't taken it yet. It's coming up. It's the nighttime ritual. You got to give all the cats their cookies, then all the dogs their pills and cookies. And you take all your pills. It's a whole production.
Go eat your Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. If she's not just asleep on the back porch with the sun. It's nice out there. I'm going to go out there. Get out there and enjoy it, kids.